My name is Tanya Finchum, along with Alex Bishop. We're with Oklahoma State University, and today we're in Coweta, Oklahoma, to speak with Travis Carter. So thank you for having us today. Let's start with having you tell us when and where you were born.
2 miles north of town up here. And I've lived in 2 miles of it ever since. All of my life. I've always lived in 2 miles of where I was born. I've never lived nowhere else.
And when were you born?
Well, it was October the 26th, 1913.
So almost your birthday.
Yeah,
Today, I mean, we were 6 days from your birthday. Well, happy birthday early.
thank you.
What did your parents do for a living?
Farm.
And what did they grow?
Oh, cotton, corn, small grain, stuff like that. Whatever a farmer usually.
Did your dad have a job off the farm?
No.
No. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have a sister. Stillborn brother.
So just the two of you then?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you go to school?
The name of the school was Prairie Glade.
Glade. Okay, Prairie Glade.
Little country school.
One room or two?
I never went to high school.
So through what grade?
8th.
Eighth. Was it a one room?
Yeah.
Was it? How many were in your grade?
Oh, I think there's about 5 or 6.
So you knew everybody then.
Oh, yeah.
How would you get there?
Walk. I live in a quarter mile of the schoolhouse.
Okay. Walk rain or shine or snow? Where would your parents have to take their crop to market?
Coweta.
Coweta. And what were some of your chores?
Well, I done a little bit of everything that needs to be done on a farm. Taking care of the stock and stuff like that.
Had to milk the cows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have to butcher the chicken?
What?
Did you have to butcher the chicken?
No, I didn't do that. I left that up to the woman.
So did you have a favorite subject in school?
Not especially. I like geography. Was my best one.
That's pretty good, especially since you didn't go 2 miles from home.
That's why I was interested in what is going on way from me. I never got a chance to see any of it. I love to read about it.
Oh, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Was church an important part of growing up?
Yes. My parents were religious people. We went to church all the time.
What denomination?
A Free Will Baptist.
Baptist, okay. Well, once you got out of school, what did you do?
Well, I worked at different places, at different things. I can't remember all the different places I worked.
Sure. What was the primary place?
Well, Douglas Aircraft had a school in Broken Arrow I went to.
Okay. Did you serve in the military?
No.
No.
I'm coming 2 weeks of having to go. I never tried to volunteer, but I was almost been summoned, you know.
Drafted?
Yeah, drafted.
That's a
If
little close.
It just happened that it was over about 2 weeks before I had to go.
So did you work for Douglas Aircraft?
Yeah,
And what did you do?
I was a machinist.
During the Depression, were you living here in this area? During the Depression?
Well, I lived out on the farm then.
Okay. Do you have any memories about that time period?
Yeah, I remember the dry year we had in 1936. Drought, no rain. Worst I ever seen. That's all I remember about that.
Did your mother have a large garden?
Well, it wasn't no great big thing, it was just an average garden.
Did a lot of canning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did. Of course, I had to get some ready sometimes.
Did your father plow with a tractor or horses?
Well, his was all horses. He never did get a tractor. I got that when I married. I was thankful for it.
So when did you get married?
You mean what year?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see. Must have been along about 1925.
1920. And how did you meet your wife?
Well, I don't rightly remember right now. I imagine it was church, because they were church people.
Well, do you remember how you asked the question? How you popped the question?
Yeah, I remember it well. We were visiting a neighbor, and we was sitting out in the yard. Happened to be by herself at that time. Was when I asked her.
She said yes right away, huh?
Yeah, she didn't refuse.
Well, do you remember getting your first car?
Yeah. It was a 1928 Chevy coupe.
New or used?
It's used.
Used.
I couldn't afford a new one.
And how were the roads back then?
Well, they wasn't too good out in the country like they are now. Most of them's paved now.
Had to change quite a few tires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you play sports when you were younger?
Oh yes.
Oh.
You see that picture over there, that ball team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we was won the baseball tournament. I was a member of it. My picture's there in the team.
Baseball?
Yeah.
What was the name of the team?
Prairie Glade.
What position did you play?
I was a fielder, left fielder.
Knock any home runs?
Oh, once in a while. Not very many.
So what year would that have been?
in 1932.
In the early 30s.
And do you remember the team you played for the championship?
No, I don't. There was a bunch of us, a bunch of them. We had a tournament, you see. We played different ones, but we happened to be the best.
Now back then, did they give out a trophy?
No,
How did you celebrate?
well, I don't remember. And I'm sure we were all satisfied with it.
Can you describe for me the house that you grew up in?
Well, it was just an ordinary one-story house. just a small farmhouse.
Did it get electricity before you got out of school?
No, I don't think so.
And running water?
Yeah. You say running water? No, we had to carry it. We didn't have no electric then.
You had to run to get it and run back, huh?
Now, when you worked at Douglas, but did you farm? Did you also?
Well, I probably was farming a little bit, but not much. I didn't have time. Because I was working there every day.
Did your wife work?
No, she stayed at home.
And how many children did you have?
2.
Boy, girl?
Mm-hmm.
One of each? So they didn't grow up on the farm? Did you live at the farm when you were married?
First part of it, I did, yeah.
What did you used to do for entertainment when you were on the farm as a child?
For entertainment?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I played baseball. But you mean just the house itself? Well, we had a radio. We watched the radio all the time. Of a night, of course.
What'd you listen to?
Oh, that's too far back. I can't remember.
Too far back. Well, what were holidays like?
Well, we observed most of them, especially Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Would you have pie suppers at the little school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or cakewalks? Which is it? Cakewalks too, didn't they? Some cakewalks back in those days too, didn't they? Yeah.
You said you observed Christmas. Did you ever have a favorite gift?
Oh, I don't remember. I always got some kind.
Did your family have any traditions?
Not a special.
4th of July? 4th of July?
Well, yeah. I used to, the 4th of July, I used to have a firecracker display on the 4th of July. I had the neighbors come in and we'd shoot firecrackers. up to one point. Somebody throwed one and it hit his leg, made a bad place on his leg. That stopped the firecracker deal.
Well, you said you got a tractor. What kind was it?
Oh my.
A John Deere or
No, it wasn't a John Deere.
a Case?
No.
Farmall.
A Farmall?
Yeah, Farmall and the Alice Chalmer.
Alice
Chalmers.
I always forget that one.
Alice.
Alice Charmer.
We still have it.
You still have it? Does it still work?
Sometimes.
With a little pampering, huh? Some people talk about poppin' Johnnies, and I had to figure out what that is.
John Deere.
Yeah, I learned. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was the first time I heard it. After you got married, did you stay involved with church?
Hmm.
Were you a deacon or Sunday school teacher?
Yes. I've been a deacon for 40 years.
Have a favorite Bible verse?
All of them.
All of them. Good answer. Did you ever think you'd make 100?
No.
No?
No.
His granddad did, but not his dad. His granddad did.
When did you realize you were going to make it?
Well, it ain't been too long ago.
How did you celebrate?
I don't know. We had something here.
A big party, huh?
What do you think your secret is to a long life?
Taking care of your body. Yeah. No drinking, smoking, messing with drugs. It's no good. I never messed with it. And I'm glad that I didn't. If I had, I probably wouldn't be here today.
That's true.
That smoking, boy, that's killing lots of people.
Do you have a philosophy or a motto that you live by, that you've lived by?
Yeah. Serving the Lord the best of my ability. It's my main thing. I've lived this long in this life, and I want to go where I can live long up there.
Hey. That's a pretty good plan.
I don't know of a better one.
Me either. Well, have you watched what you've eaten through the years too, or just ate what you wanted?
Do what?
Have you watched what you've eaten through the years? Do you eat a lot of fried foods, that type of thing?
Well, just average. I don't eat a great lot of anything at one time anymore.
Should ask you, what's your favorite food?
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding. Your mom used to make that?
Yep.
And my mom.
And your wife learned how to make it like your mother?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, was that dessert or was that used as a snack?
and dessert.
Okay.
Banana pudding. Did your dad raise cotton? Did you have to pick
Yeah.
cotton?
Yeah.
Good, bad,
That
or
was a good one too.
you were?
Yeah.
What makes a good one?
Working hard at it. Yeah. I went out there to get every pound I could get when I went to the field.
And would you get the money from it, or your dad did?
Well, it depends. When I worked for others or working for myself. I raised it too, you know.
No, I didn't know. So you raised cotton too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I take it your daughter helped pick a little bit of that too, huh?
Mom made my cotton sack. I was small. Ask him how many 100 pounds he could pull.
How many 100 pounds could you pull?
Well, I could pick 100 pounds easy a day.
A day?
Yeah. I had a 9-foot sack that I picked in, and when you pick that full, it's heavy.
You have to pull it or carry it?
I pulled it.
You pull it?
Pulled it.
How young were you when you started doing that?
Oh, I was in my 20s, I guess.
I understand it's very hard work.
Very. Of course, you can make it easy or you can make it hard. Depends on your determination of how much you want to get.
Would you wear a hat while you were doing it?
Oh, yes.
Did you? A straw hat or
Yes.
straw? Not a baseball hat.
No.
How often would you get new shoes when you were growing up?
Oh, probably once a year.
When school started? Yeah. Did your mother sew much? Make
Yeah.
quilts?
Yeah. Yeah.
How was the house heated?
How?
How was the house heated?
With wood.
Wood. You have to share a room with your sister?
Well, we had an upstairs in the house. She had her bed and I had mine.
Would the heat get up there in the wintertime?
Well, it wasn't too bad. See, the chimney went up through the upstairs room, and when there was a fire, it kept it warm.
Yeah. Would you have a family pet?
Yeah, we have always had a dog.
No. Any particular kind?
Shepherd.
Shepherd? Did you retire from Douglas?
No,
No.
no, I just quit.
Same thing.
Why did you decide to quit?
Well, I had other
He's a lead man.
jobs to take care of. I'm still living on a farm.
Was farming your true passion?
Yeah. Yeah, I love to raise things.
Do you still have it?
Big gardens.
You still have the farm?
You still own it?
Uh-huh.
No, I turned it over to my kids.
It's still in the family, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You raise tomatoes for the whole community.
She said you raised tomatoes for the whole community.
Yeah, that is my special.
Sorry.
Nothing as good as a homegrown tomato.
What kind of tomato?
Well, there's them big round red ones. I forget the name of them.
You raised them, but did you like to eat them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir.
What kind of changes have you seen in the community of Coweta? You've lived here your whole life. What are some things that you've seen that have changed quite a bit?
Well, it seemed like the people have changed than when I was growing up. Of course, I guess it's that way anywhere. Our community changes with time and people. Different people coming and going through it makes a difference.
What do you feel has changed about the people?
Well, depends on what nationality they are, their education.
Did it have a movie theater? Did the town have a movie theater?
Oh, yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, I went.
You went
Oh, yeah, we went to it on Saturday night.
Saturday night.
What types of movies did you go see?
Westerns. That's the kind I liked.
Were they talking ones or silent?
Well, they started out silent.
Okay. Would they have an intermission with an organ player or a piano player?
No.
Would the circus or the carnival come through town?
Yeah.
Would you?
Probably once a year.
Did you get to go?
Once in a while. If I had any money.
What would you do if you had money at the carnival?
Oh, they all had trinkets and stuff you could buy. Souvenirs. If you had the money.
Now, the picture show, I'm curious, did you have a favorite actor or actress?
I'm sure I did, but I can't remember all of them.
Would you get to have popcorn and Coke
Yeah.
if you had the money?
Yeah.
If you had the money?
I wasn't much on Coke. I eat popcorn.
Not much on Coke.
In your lifetime, what's been one of the greatest changes you've seen? Whether inventions or whatever it may be.
Well, you would know as much about that as I would. People change. It depends a lot on their education and their nationality. And that there's a difference in all people, as a rule.
I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what's the greatest invention you've ever seen?
The greatest invention? TV.
Ah,
Why TV?
Well, it was so entertaining. Something to watch when it came along.
the news about the world.
It was interesting then that to see all the stuff that was going on that you didn't know about. If you had a TV,
A little bit more geography, right?
a lot more.
Did you ever think about moving out away from Oklahoma?
No,
Nope.
no. I never found no place, seen anything. I'd rather be than right here. I'm a homebody.
I never would have guessed. 2 miles from home.
That's right. I've always lived in 2 miles where I was born. Right up here north of town.
Did you ever go to Tulsa?
Back there then when I was young,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I'd go with Dad once in a while. But and then when I growed up and married, I'd take stuff that I raised up there to sell.
The market.
Yeah.
They have a farmer's market? Yeah. Did they? Were you involved with 4-H or FFA?
No,
Neither one of those. Compete in the county fair?
they would.
Did you take any of your produce to the county fair to compete?
No.
No? Was your wife a member of the home demonstration or homemaker club?
Yeah.
She, her club, tell them about the club adopting the cemetery, to care for the cemetery. The home demonstration club took over the care of Shahan Cemetery. For years.
For years?
For years and years.
Yeah.
A good project.
So what's a typical day like for you today at 100? Well, what time do you usually get up, and what are some of the things you do?
Well, you're seeing me do it right now. And you'll know when you get there.
Your Bible study, Dad.
What were you doing before we came?
Before you came,
Uh-huh.
well, we had a Bible study this morning.
Okay.
Twice a week. You go to twice a week.
So how early do you get up?
I'll get up about 7.
And go to bed?
Well, I'll go to bed about 6,
Mm-hmm.
mostly.
So you get plenty of sleep then. Yeah. Watch the news first and then go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Get much reading done during the day?
No, I don't read much. My eyes are not too good.
You get it on TV.
You listen on TV? Yeah.
All the religious programs. You watch the subs.
Mm. Was your parents born here too, or did they come to Oklahoma from somewhere else?
They came from somewhere else. I think it's Illinois,
Grandpa.
which where they was born,
Grandpa.
raised.
Illinois?
Mm-hmm.
Came down.
Grandpa was Tennessee, wasn't it? Grandma was in Tennessee.
come to Oklahoma as part of any of the runs? The land runs?
Mm,
Maybe?
I wasn't part of it.
No, you weren't part of it. What was your father's name?
Leslie.
Leslie
Yeah, L.C. Carter.
Carter.
Leslie Charles.
And your mother?
Bessie.
Bessie.
Bessie Maybell.
Maybelle.
Maybelle one.
And her last name was Travis.
Oh, so that's
And he's Charles Travis Carter.
so named after both your parents. Hmm. Pretty good deal.
Couldn't beat it.
When you got in trouble, who disciplined you?
Do what?
When you got into trouble, which parent disciplined you?
Dad.
What did he do?
He beat my britches off.
I figured you were going to tell me you didn't get in trouble.
Oh, well. We all get into it once in a while.
Yep. Use a belt or a hickory?
Hickory.
Hickory.
Remember what that question was about that picture? What were you thinking there? Does that tell you ever got in trouble when you grew up? Probably didn't get too many spankings at that age, did you?
How would your mom do the laundry?
How?
How would your mother do the laundry? On
On a tub.
a washboard in a tub?
Yeah. And I was the one that carried the water for the pot to heat the water. But the creek was nearby. And she wanted that soft creek water to wash clothes in. So I carried it up there and let her use it.
Once a week or more than that?
No, it was maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks.
They had a big dug well in their yard. Do you remember digging the well there in the yard?
Mm-hmm.
You probably drew water out of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You can tell them, not me. A big hand dug well
Well,
right in the yard.
Well, it was a dug well. And we had 2. We had it. And it was right next to the house. And the other had another drilled well. See, that was a dug well next to the house, and then we had a drilled well out close to the barn where we drawed the water out.
had a windmill?
No,
No?
I didn't ever have any.
Would you butcher hogs?
do what?
Would you butcher hogs
Oh, yeah.
in the fall?
Every year.
What was your job for that?
Well, my dad done the killing with the rifle, and I was the one that stuck it so it would bleed.
Mhm.
That is my job.
And how would they cure the meat?
Yeah. When you hung it up, and they had a smokehouse. We put it in, and it had a small iron pot in there. You build a fire in that and smoke the meat under the meat hanging up.
You actually smoked
Yeah.
How long would that take?
Oh, it'd take a day or two. All day long, you know. You had to keep it fixed to where it wouldn't flame, but it just keep it poked up together, keep it from building up a flame, because all I wanted was the smoke out of it.
What kind of wood,
Hickory, if we could
if you could get it?
get it.
Sounds like some good eating.
Oh yeah, you couldn't beat that hickory smoke meat.
Well, once it was finished curing, how would she store it?
Well, we would put it in a big paper sack and hang it up in the smokehouse.
And just leave it?
In the cold weather.
Yeah. Would she make sausage?
Yeah.
Grandma used every part of the hog, even the squeal. She would say she didn't throw anything away. She used the whole hog some way.
Make lye soap?
Yeah.
Even soap?
Oh yes. Do you remember going to town to take butter? Homemade butter and eggs when you were small?
What was bath time like?
What?
Bath time.
Bath time. Once a week. Once a week.
In a tub?
Yeah.
Would you have to heat the water?
Well, it depends whether it's winter or summer.
Did you have to share the water?
Do what?
Did you ever have to share the water?
No.
Was it inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside, like in the kitchen or something?
Yeah.
A number 2 tub?
Yeah.
Sometimes you would the younger child would get to go first, and then they went up the line in the same water.
Yeah.
Not you. You had your own water.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depend on the weather.
Would you have to get it from the creek too?
No.
No. Just from the well?
Yeah.
It was probably about 15 steps from the kitchen door. Right there. Maybe 15.
Well, what would you say when history is written? When history is written, what would you like it to say about you?
That I done the best I could. Yeah. I made it. Some of it was tough, some of it wasn't so tough. That's all part of life.
Okay.
Especially out on a farm, place like that. You do things different than you do living in town.
Mhm.
It's a different way of life.
A little bit slower, at least, isn't it? And harder at the same time.
Yeah.
Was humor a part of your? Was humor something you had throughout? Did you like to make jokes and do pranks and things?
Well, not too much.
Not too much. I notice your thing says a content man. Are you content?
Well, most of the time,
That may be the secret to living to 100.
yeah. part of it.
Part of it.
Now you have a birthday coming up in a few days. How are you going to celebrate?
I don't know. It's up to the family.
He'll just be there, he said.
You'll show up.
Yeah,
And hope for banana pudding.
yeah, yeah.
We'll see. That can happen.
We're giving your daughter a hint.
Yeah, hint, hint. He has those here that spoil him with banana pudding. Friends here, occasionally.
Do you ever have any good friends?
Did I ever have any?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Do you ever have a story about one you'd like to share?
Well, I've had so many, I wouldn't know which one to pick on. I've met a lot of people in my lifetime.
And he's outlived them.
Yeah. Did you play cards with them? Bridge or rook or whatever?
Pitch.
Hitch.
Yeah.
Grew up hearing that.
That used to be a Saturday night deal with neighbors or friends that I had.
You play in teams? I don't know how to play pitch.
Partners.
Partner. Oh, yeah, partner.
Yeah.
Pitch. Would you go dancing?
No, I never was a dancer.
No.
Never in my life. Never cared nothing about it.
Didn't have time.
No time. No rhythm?
No.
I'd say with all that cotton you picked, you were probably too tired.
How about music?
Well, I love good music.
Not the last several years, but previously he would sing at church. He, gospel.
That's what.
Just
I'll fly away.
The lighthouse.
Yeah.
I'll fly away, oh glory.
He sings in Bible study once in a while.
Do you have a favorite church song? How great thou
Oh,
art.
I like them all.
You like them all. How great thou art is what usually people say.
The lighthouse.
Yeah,
You sang the lighthouse.
That's my favorite.
I don't know that one.
You don't?
No. How does it go?
Oh, I can't remember.
Just a little bit.
There's a lighthouse on a hillside that overlooks
Like
the
sea.
town. Something like that, I don't know.
He sang it for years.
I'll have to look it up when I get back.
And to hear someone else sing, Red Foley was his favorite. Peace in the Valley. He sings Peace in the Valley.
Peace in the Valley.
Peace in the Valley, and he took that from Red Foley.
Now, Peace in the Valley I've heard. I like that one too.
There will be peace in the valley for me someday.
And there will be, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at this picture over here on the wall. Who are those folks?
That's all my wife's kinfolks.
Your wife's kinsfolks.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's made in the 40s or 50s, that picture.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty old.
And what was her name?
The what?
Your wife's name?
Altha, A-L-T-H-A.
A-L-T-H-A. Altha. And she was an Oklahoma girl.
Yeah. It's her there.
Took pretty good care of you,
That's
did
her
she?
parents there.
Pretty big crew.
Yeah.
They've got flowers on. It must have been a special occasion.
It's probably somebody's birthday.
Yeah. Anything else you want to tell us before we shut it off?
I think you've covered it pretty well.
Well, I certainly appreciate you talking to us today. It's been a
Well,
pleasure.
you're welcome.
Thank you.